With just a couple of bucks separating them, it will always be challenging to choose between Apple's iPhone 14 Pro Max and Samsung's Galaxy S22 Ultra. While the former has a starting price of $1,099, the latter has a starting price of $1,199. So which one would be the ideal purchase? This video compares the iPhone 14 Pro Max and the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra to help you decide which one to buy. So let's get in straight away. Camera quality. The iPhone 14 Pro Max and the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra pride themselves on having the best camera qualities of all phones available. But who has the facts to back it? For a start, the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra camera has been using the 108 megapixel higher resolution sensor for its camera, which makes photography very exciting. On the other hand, Apple has usually used a 12 megapixel sensor for its flagship phones, but has upped it this time to the 48 megapixel sensor for the iPhone to get close to what Samsung offers. Apple is still some miles away from Samsung in terms of the 10 times periscope lens on the Galaxy, which helps perfect the zooming of faraway objects.
That's cool.
Samsung also possesses the digital zoom feature that allows it to zoom 100 times on the Galaxy compared to the 9 times on the iPhone. But this does not rule out that Apple has also some exciting iPhone 14 Pro Max features. For example, the 14 Pro Max comes with the photographic styles that you cannot find on the Galaxy. It also has the fastest processor of all mobile phones, and we will talk about that shortly. Regarding the primary cameras of both phones, the S22 Ultra has a 23mm wide lens, while the iPhone Pro Max has a 24mm wide lens. While the numbers might be different, not so much exists between them. The area in which we take keen interest is how images are processed through the lenses. Like most Samsung phones, the S22 Ultra can handle the shadows and the highlights in pictures much better than the iPhone 14 Pro Max, which tends to crush and get rid of some details. In terms of the tone of its photographs, the iPhone 14 Pro Max presents a more realistic look of images than the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, which usually offers a warmer tone for its pictures. Apple is set to release more updates about some of its key products in the coming days, and this channel will always ensure you get all of the updates, so please make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. Processor. We certainly do not want a situation where a phone freezes up frequently while playing games or undertaking some heavy activity. It is precisely why it is essential to look at the processors on both phones. The Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra uses the Snapdragon 8 Gen processor, while the iPhone 14 Pro Max uses the new A16 Bionic chip. And it is fair to say that the latter is more supreme at this end than the former. Apple has already indicated that the A16 is the fastest produced, and there is evidence to back it. During the September 2022 event, Apple described the A16 in 4 different quotes, saying the chip focuses on 3 main areas: power efficiency, display, and camera, and is the fastest chip ever in a smartphone. The new CPU is 40% faster than the competition, and it has 16 billion transistors, the most ever in an iPhone. Indeed, the new A16 chip makes gaming smoother and quicker without glitches. However, this is not to indicate that the Samsung processor is below standard, but the A16 seems to be the better version of the two.
Catch me if you can.
But does a faster processor mean drainage of battery life on the iPhone 14 Pro Max? We answer that question shortly, so stay with us. Storage and RAM. For the storage, both models have identical storage versions, ranging from 128GB to 1TB, and neither of the two phones possesses a micro SD card slot for expandable storage. However, the significant difference lies in their respective RAM sizes and how they work. For Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra, the 8 or 12GB RAM options indicate differences in the tasks carried on both phones. On the other hand, the iPhone only has a 6GB RAM option. While the number may be low compared to that of Samsung, the ability to perform a heavy task can be the same, especially compared to the 8GB RAM on Samsung. Some differences might, however, occur when iPhone's 6GB RAM is put side by side with the S22 Ultra's 12GB. Battery. The iPhone 14 Pro Max uses a 4,323 mAh cell battery and comes with a 5-watt MagSafe wireless charging support, a 7.5-watt key wireless charging, and a 50% charge in 30 minutes. The Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra has a 5000 mAh battery, 45-watt fast wire charging, 15-watt wireless, and 4.5-watt reverse wireless charging. On the positive side, Samsung's 45-watt fast wire charging means that it can charge faster than the iPhone 14 Pro Max, although the iPhone can deliver a more rapid charge with its wireless charging. However, iPhone edges Samsung in terms of battery life, following up on the iPhone 13 Pro Max's position as the phone with the best battery life. One critical thing that makes the iPhone 14 Pro Max a standout is the iOS 16 operating system. Apple's new upgrade has enabled many features, like the dynamic island function better on the iPhone. So if you want more details about the iOS 16 and what will be the game changer, then please watch our video, iOS 16 Features, 5 incredible features coming soon.